Tottenham are wasting no time this summer, and after narrowly avoiding relegation last season, they are showing real ambition instead of playing it safe. Two experienced Premier League stars have already joined on free transfers, giving the squad instant quality without costing a transfer fee. Now, a third signing, this time involving a significant transfer fee, is close to being completed. Behind the scenes, Spurs are moving quickly, and one of Brighton's most reliable young defenders is reportedly eager to make the switch, despite Brighton playing European football. So why is Tottenham suddenly becoming such an attractive destination? And what has changed since last season? Stay with us because the biggest stories are only just beginning. Before we continue, make sure to subscribe if you want fast and reliable updates on every Tottenham transfer as soon as it happens. Now let's get into the first major deal of the summer. Brighton and Tottenham reportedly reached an agreement late last night for 26-year-old centre-back Jan-Paul van Hecke, who is currently away at the World Cup. The transfer fee is believed to be a straight £52 million with no performance-related add-ons, although Brighton successfully negotiated a 20% sell-on clause. What makes this move especially interesting is the reason it happened so quickly. Reports suggest Van Hecke had only one preferred destination, and it was not because of a bigger salary. Instead, the key factor was head coach Roberto De Zerbi, who played a huge role in his development at Brighton and built a close relationship with the defender. When De Zerbi made the move to Tottenham, Van Hecke reportedly became determined to follow the manager he trusts most, making Spurs his clear first choice. There was another important factor behind the transfer as well. Van Hecke had only 1 year remaining on his Brighton contract, meaning the club faced the risk of losing him for free next summer if they delayed a sale. That made this window the perfect time to cash in. However, a short contract does not always guarantee a bargain price. Recent examples have shown that clubs can still receive huge fees if demand is high. Brighton originally signed Van Hecke for less than £2 million, so selling him for £52 million represents another incredible piece of business. It is exactly why Brighton are regarded as one of the smartest clubs in world football when it comes to buying and developing talent. The biggest challenge now is replacing a defender who started 36 of Brighton's 38 Premier League matches last season and became one of their most dependable players. From Tottenham's perspective, this signing creates an exciting selection headache for Roberto De Zerbi. Christian Romero and Mickey van de Ven remain key parts of the squad, while Van Hecke now adds even more quality and competition in central defense. Spurs suddenly have 4 top-level centre-backs fighting for just 2 starting positions, a complete turnaround from previous seasons when defensive depth was one of the club's biggest weaknesses. That naturally raises questions about whether someone could leave before the transfer window closes. Speculation has already linked both Romero and Van de Ven with possible exits, but De Zerbi is expected to make the final decision after assessing his squad during pre-season. Strong competition for places could also push every defender to perform at an even higher level throughout the campaign. Tottenham's business may not stop in defense, because midfield could become the biggest story of their summer. Reports claim Spurs are showing serious interest in Sandro Tonali, one of the Premier League's most highly rated midfielders. While no official bid has been submitted yet, the fact that interest has emerged suggests there could be an opportunity if circumstances change. Newcastle are determined to keep the Italian star and reportedly value him at around £100 million, making any deal extremely difficult. However, Tottenham's smart work in the transfer market has already saved significant money by signing 2 players on free transfers. Those savings could now allow the club to invest heavily in one marquee signing. After supporting Roberto De Zerbi through a difficult first season, the Tottenham board now appear ready to fully back him with major investment in the squad. This transfer window is already packed with surprises, and the next one involves Real Madrid. Bernardo Silva had long been expected to join Barcelona after confirming his departure from Manchester City. But the move took a dramatic twist. Instead of heading to Camp Nou, the experienced Portuguese midfielder has reportedly completed a free transfer to Real Madrid, after winning 16 major trophies with City. Including 6 Premier League titles, Silva now begins a new chapter in Spain at the age of 31. He is said to have signed a 2-year contract, reuniting with Jose Mourinho in a move that few supporters predicted. With more than 100 appearances for Portugal, Silva brings leadership, creativity, and valuable experience to Madrid. His arrival also adds another fascinating storyline, as one of Portugal's finest playmakers links up with a manager who knows exactly how to get the best out of him. Portugal's World Cup exit has also sparked a huge debate, with criticism aimed directly at Cristiano Ronaldo and the national team's approach. One former England striker claimed on national radio that Ronaldo looked physically past his best and questioned why the manager continued building the entire system around an aging forward. The criticism did not stop there, as the coach's tactics throughout the tournament were described as deeply disappointing, with comparisons made to his time managing Belgium's talented golden generation. However, many fans strongly disagree with that view. They believe Ronaldo still offers a major threat inside the penalty area, especially from set pieces, while his experience and leadership remain valuable in high-pressure matches. The debate continues to divide opinion, and it has quickly become one of the biggest talking points following Portugal's disappointing exit. The numbers only add more fuel to the debate. Ronaldo finished the tournament with 3 goals, proving he can still find the back of the net when given opportunities. At the same time, he attempted 17 shots without creating a single chance for a teammate. A statistic critics have used to question his overall impact in modern football. Supporters argue that goals are what matter most, while others believe a complete forward must also contribute through pressing, link-up play, and chance creation. The reality is that Portugal's problems went far beyond one player. Despite having several world-class midfielders, the team often looked disconnected and lacked the chemistry needed to dominate matches. Instead of performing like a united side, Portugal frequently appeared to be a group of talented individuals struggling to play as one cohesive team. Attention now turns to Manchester United, where the midfield rebuild is still far from complete despite one important signing already being agreed. The club have secured a £38 million deal for a Brazilian midfielder who is currently finishing his World Cup campaign. But missing out on 2 other priority targets has forced the recruitment team to explore fresh options. One name that continues to stand out is Aurelien Tchouameni, with the Real Madrid star viewed as the ideal long-term successor to Casemiro. However, completing that transfer would be extremely difficult. Tchouameni's current wages are believed to be much higher than United's preferred salary structure, while Real Madrid have shown no intention of opening formal negotiations. Even if he became available, several European giants would almost certainly enter the race, making the competition even tougher. Manchester United are not only searching for midfield reinforcements because the goalkeeping department also needs attention. Their current first-choice goalkeeper, a 23-year-old Belgian international, enjoyed an outstanding debut season after arriving for a relatively modest transfer fee and quickly established himself as one of the team's most reliable performers. Behind him, however, the situation is far less convincing. The 2 experienced backup goalkeepers struggled to impress, raising serious doubts about their long-term futures at Old Trafford. One has already been sent out on another season-long loan, while the club are now considering experienced Welsh international Danny Ward, who recently became the free agent after his previous contract expired. With several Premier League clubs monitoring his situation, United may need to move quickly if they decide he is the right option. Liverpool have enjoyed a much quieter transfer window than many of their rivals, leading some supporters to question the club's approach. Unlike last summer's heavy spending, the focus has been on stability. With a new head coach taking charge after the previous manager's departure, several key players are still involved in the World Cup, giving the coaching staff limited time to fully assess the squad before making major decisions. There is also plenty of time left before the transfer window closes, meaning Liverpool can still strengthen in important areas. While other clubs have made headlines with big money signings, there is no reason for panic just yet. A couple of quality additions could completely change the picture before the new season begins. One thing is certain, this transfer window is far from over, and many more major deals are expected in the coming weeks. So stay tuned for every big update.